Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and we are gearing up for the 2019 Game Awards show coming in 2 days. This Thursday, December 12th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will get the Game Awards show. And what are we talking about today? Well, we're looking at, obviously, Nintendo and what they could possibly show off. In these Game Awards shows, Nintendo usually shows off about 1 to 2 different things, whether it be game reveals or small details coming to a game, like potential DLC, like they did with Breath of the Wild last year with the expansion pack. So we're looking at exactly what they could announce and what they could do and comparing it to previous years to seeing, kind of getting an idea of what they will do. So I made different categories and talking about different things. I'm gonna list all of my ideas and tell you which ones are, realistic and which ones are just ones that I want to happen. Now, we obviously are going to start off with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because I am 99% sure there will be the 5th and final DLC character for Pack 1. Now, I know it's kind of hard to believe, but it's been just about a year since the very first character was revealed at last year's Game Awards, and that was Joker from Persona 5, and it absolutely took everybody by storm. I mean, the crowd was going crazy for Joker, so you can expect them to be the 5th character to be here at the 2019 Game Awards. Start there and end there. It just makes sense. But what character will it be? It obviously has to be someone big. And this is what I was thinking. I feel like Nintendo already had this character, written down as the final DLC, the final character to be added in Smash Ultimate before they even knew that they were going to go off and make more DLC, before that announcement even happened. So I think this character is going to be something huge, something really big to rile up everybody. And I already made a list on a past video, but this is what my list was. I said Crash Bandicoot, Geno, Master Chief, Sora, or Waluigi, as funny as that one is, as one of the last contenders. I don't know if it's going to for sure be one of those, but looking at those, which one sounds the biggest to me? I know there's a lot of fans out there for Geno. Personally, I think Crash deserves a spot because he is one of those day one characters like Pac-Man, Sonic, Mario that just fits really well to have Crash in there, but I don't think Crash is going to be this 5th slot, and in fact, I think it's going to be a bigger character to generate a lot of, reveals. Waluigi could be that just because he's just that spoof character, but I just don't think Waluigi's coming, or if he does, it's going to be way later on down the road, once they figure something out with the assist trophies. But the character that I'm thinking of is Master Chief. I think with Halo coming out next year, Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title for the new Xbox. I think it's just going to be this big thing that Master Chief is in Smash. People will lose their minds, and it would be one of the greatest reveals of all time. And I think, Microsoft isn't quite done. I know a lot of you guys say, no, they already have Banjo. That doesn't mean they're done yet. But those are my characters. Some honorable mentions that I heard with some rumors. You have Dante from Devil May Cry, and you also have Geralt from the Witcher series. But personally, I still think Master Chief may take the cake here, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Next up, we have Zelda. I do think Zelda does have a potential to make an appearance here. We've been getting Zelda things at the Game Awards a couple of times. We got Breath of the Wild twice, actually, with a gameplay reveal and DLC reveal last year. So I do think there's a potential of us getting Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay, but if we do, it's going to be very short, maybe like another 30-second clip. Maybe up to a minute clip, a trailer showing off the game and maybe some storylines. Not a lot of gameplay, though. I think this is going to be a lot of things to show off during a spring direct or even E3 of next year. But I do feel like it is going to drop holiday 2020. I know it seems like it's kind of early for another Breath of the Wild style of game, but let's just face the facts. We don't know what's coming next year at all. We don't really know much. But it's either that one or something else I have planned coming in a few minutes. But I think Breath of the Wild 2 is very plausible to come in 2020. I think it's just this big thing. I think they've been working on it for a while. We already know it's supposed to start off as DLC for the original game. So I can see them being, pretty much almost close to done. So we'll see. It's been about over 2 years now, so we'll see what they've got up their sleeves. If it is not Breath of the Wild, however, I still think there could possibly be a remake in the works. They love making their remakes like Link's Awakening. And I think it's finally time for Skyward Sword to come. Do I think this is going to get announced? How likely is this for the Game Awards? Not likely. I don't think they're going to announce anything with regard with this. They've already got Breath of the Wild up there and ready to come out. I don't think they're really going to touch anything Zelda related besides Breath of the Wild. But as far as Breath of the Wild, I would say it's likely. Next up, we have the elephant in the room. The one that's kind of, what is happening is Metroid Prime 4. Does Metroid Prime 4 get shown? I'm saying it is very unlikely. If it gets shown whatsoever, it is extremely small. I'm talking like a 30-second action clip that's like taken straight from the campaign, straight from the story, and, just, pure cutscene. No gameplay, nothing like that. I mean, it literally just started redevelopment at the beginning of this year, so there's probably nothing under the skin of this game right now. I wouldn't expect anything, and it's, for good reason. But that doesn't mean that Metroid won't show up whatsoever, because we do have the potential for either a remake or a remaster of past games. So one of the things I thought was obviously the trilogy. I've been saying that they've been holding this one off simply because they wanted to wait for the right time compared to Metroid Prime 4. If they released it last year and Metroid Prime 4 didn't come out until 2024, what's the point? You're going to kind of draw people away. You want to kind of keep people's interest right when it looks like they're losing it, and I think that's about now. Metroid Prime 4 kind of seems like it's so far away, but at the same time, it might be a great time to start looking to put that trilogy on there. It's likely, but not very. It could possibly happen, but I could also see it happening at a later time, so there's no surprise if it doesn't. We also have the case of a 2D game like Samus Returns. I don't know if they're going to remake one. I know there was those rumors of the Super Metroid getting remade. That would be really cool. They would have to make the graphics look really good, but I preferably don't think this would happen. I don't know. This doesn't just seem like the time and the place to do this. This is still a really, clear-cut Nintendo Direct type of thing. But yeah, I just don't think, if any of the Metroid things are going to happen, it's going to be the Metroid Prime trilogy. I think it's getting close to that time, and I think we're ready. Okay, hear me out. Mother 3. Okay, this is already off the bat extremely unlikely. But let's take in the fact that this is the Game Awards. It's made for a, older audience, and lots of the people that played Mother has been, back in the old days. That's the last time we've gotten a Earthbound game. So Mother 3 could very well be a gigantic reveal. Could it happen? Oh, probably not at all. But let's just take in consideration, look at this. Reggie will be at the show just as a speaker. Obviously, he doesn't represent Nintendo anymore, but a lot of people have been requesting Mother 3 out of him, and he knows, and he's stated many times, that Mother 3 is one of the most requested things out of the Nintendo fan base, and that he would work to his best capabilities into making that a reality. So, I'm not saying Reggie's going to come on the stage and represent Nintendo for anything, but Nintendo could use him for one special announcement, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Super unlikely, but I'm just saying. Now, there's a lot of other small things. Bayonetta, you got Animal Crossing. I don't think Animal Crossing is the right venue. Bayonetta, I don't think it's finished yet. They could surprise us with an F-Zero. Pikmin can even be there. Maybe. Pikmin's not coming. Okay, Pikmin is lost somewhere. God knows where. But we have to take it back to the mascot himself, Mario. Does Mario get an appearance at all? Well, there could be one game. I don't think any remakes are going to happen. I thought of a Sunshine remake, and I just don't know. I don't know about a remake. I just think it's going to be, if Mario's going to show up, he's going to show up. He's going to show up big. And I think the only way that he can show up big is Super Mario Odyssey 2. Yes, if this gets shown, I am expecting a full blown out trailer. I think they're going to show it off as big and as grand as they did back in the Switch presentation. They're going to show it off to the world. It's going to be something spectacular. I even kind of pictured it in my head what it would look like and how it would play out. It'd show like Mario laying down somewhere, or like maybe like a Pianta laying down in Mario Sunshine on Al Delfino, and he lifts his head up, and then like Mario jumps out of him. And it shows, like, because it'll get people thinking, oh my god, is that a Mario Sunshine remake? No, it's Mario Odyssey. Oh, he's on Al Delfino now, like something like that would be super dope. And just have a couple of kingdoms, maybe a couple of boss fights, and just show some gameplay. That's all we need. Some captures, let us see exactly where Mario's going to be exploring this time. Maybe it's just like a journey around different places that he's already been, like the Bean Bean Kingdom and Sarasa Land, Al Delfino. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I think Mario has a chance. It is going to be a debut trailer. It is kind of big for a Mario game, and I don't know if Mario is going to really have a debut trailer for a brand new big 3D open world game at the Game Awards, but who knows. So at the moment, I am going to say it's unlikely. Not very, but it's just unlikely. Now, like I said it before, with Mario, I think that lots of the time the Game Awards likes to go with the DLC route. And I think there's another game that could have potential DLC. We just got an update for Mario Maker 2, and one thing that was not in that update was anything regarding a brand new game style, such as Mario Brothers 2 that we've been asking for, or Mario Odyssey, Galaxy, something along those lines. And I think that is coming. And I've been talking to you guys how I think that big batch of it, whether it's paid DLC or just an update, is coming. And I think it's coming very, very soon. Maybe they held off on that one specific part so that they could show it off during the Game Awards. And they could say, you know, shadow drop it, boom, right after the show or right away, you can go play it, which would be amazing. So I think that could, you know, very well be the case. I think as far as what it is, I don't have a clue. Will it be Mario Brothers 2? Could it be something, you know, along the lines of a Mario Odyssey where you can capture enemies, or Mario Galaxy with space mechanics and gravity? I don't know, but I think that is something else to keep an eye out on and watch carefully. So yeah, guys, those are my opinions. I cannot wait to see what the heck is going to be at the show. If I had to predict some things for some third-party companies or outside, you know, Xbox, Sony, stuff like that, I would say probably maybe we could get a new Banjo-Kazooie or a Banjo remake. That would be really cool. I think people would go crazy. That would obviously appear on the Switch now that Banjo's in Smash. And I think we could also maybe expect a brand new Crash Bandicoot game or another remake in that vein. I know these characters are not necessarily Nintendo properties, but they, you know, pretty much feel like Nintendo properties. You know, Crash is bound to come and Smash eventually, I feel like, and Banjo's already in there, so look out for those two games as well. And anything else, you know, maybe Nintendo gets a whole bunch of third-party support with, you know, Xbox exclusives, PlayStation exclusives, stuff like that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Remember, guys, it is just in 2 days, this Thursday, December 12th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be covering everything and anything big with Nintendo. Well, until then, I will see you guys later. See you guys.